How can the commissioner of the NBA not know the trade is happening at the same time as Shams? Change the hat, tell Adam Silver. I don't understand why it's so complicated. That's the only concern. Talk about something that I think they need to fix about, draft night in general. And then I'm also going to give my draft analysis of the second round. So let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to say, I guess we'll talk about what the NBA needs to change. That is Scott Van Pelt, if you know where I'm about to go with this, about the hats. These players are getting traded to the pick and the player is getting traded to a different team. And so what that means is the hat that they are wearing is not the team that they are going to, because the team that originally had the pick 5 minutes prior was the team that they put out the hat for. So why this is an issue for a lot of people is they are getting photographed in a hat for the Boston Celtics, let's say, but they're actually going to the Memphis Grizzlies. And everybody knows they're going to the Memphis Grizzlies, but yet they haven't figured out a solution on how to make it so the player can wear the correct hat. In the biggest moment of their life, they are wearing the wrong hat. So that is why it is such a big, deal. Obviously, in retrospect, compared to the NBA careers and stuff like that, we understand that's not a quote unquote big deal. But it is their biggest moment getting drafted. We have to get the hats right. And so this is my solution. I think what they could do, which is a simple solution, and someone can, tell me if this is a flawed solution, but I feel like it's really simple. You tell the teams, they all have 5 minutes on the clock, we know. So when they're about to make a draft pick, it says 5 minutes on the clock. So what you do is you tell the teams, if you want to make a trade, you have to have it completed with 1 minute left on the clock. So what does that do? It gives the NBA, first of all, Adam Silver should have an earpiece in his ear. There's no way that the NBA, this is another thing, but related. Why is Adam Silver and Mark Tatum, this is not their fault specifically, but why is it that Shams is announcing the trades as soon as they happen, but Mark Tatum and Adam Silver are announcing it 10 picks later? That can't happen. I'm sorry, that can't happen. How can the commissioner, and I guess he's technically the vice president commissioner, how can the commissioner of the NBA not know the trade is happening before or at the same time as Shams? How is that possible? So that's tied into this whole issue, but maybe he does know, but this is part of the problem. But I'm saying there's no way that the commissioner of the NBA should not know at the same time as Shams that a trade is happening. That's number one. So it's related to this. But back to what my idea is, you tell these teams, if you are making a trade with your pick, it has to be done with 1 minute left on the clock. And so in my scenario, Adam Silver has an earpiece in his ear and stuff like that. And so they're telling him at that 1 minute mark, this team is keeping their pick, or this team traded their pick to Orlando, whatever. And there's a person on the floor with a carousel of all 30 NBA team hats. There's no reason we can't have enough hats for everybody. So there's a carousel with all 30 NBA teams, and when they find out, oh, there's a trade, this person, whoever it is, whoever's designated this job, switches the hat, and then the person who does the graphics, maybe this would be a little bit harder because graphics are a bit more tricky, but if they can get it done the 1 minute time, even better. They switch the graphics to the team that is actually drafting. The graphics to me don't matter as much as the hat. I feel the hat, it's 1, 2, 3. You switch the hat. Adam Silver gets a phone call in his little earpiece saying the Orlando Magic are trading their pick to the Golden State Warriors. Done. He comes out, this pick is being traded, blah, blah, blah. I feel that's a very easy solution. I feel there's no reason they can't do that. I don't understand why it's so difficult. I understand in terms of, some of the reasons that people have said, like Bobby Mark said, if you do it after free agency, it'll make it easier because teams will have, made their, trades and stuff like that. And that's fine. But like, I feel like my solution is very simple and easy. Unless there's some kind of like flaw in my plan that like I don't know about, I feel like it's a very simple solution. You just tell them with 1 minute to go and that's it. And then everybody just works to change it. Like 1 minute, that's it. Change the hat, tell Adam Silver, and that's it. Like, I don't understand why it's so complicated. It does not have to be complicated. We don't have to, because some of these teams I know are working around the, rule where you can't trade picks in consecutive drafts. And so by trading the draft rights to somebody, the other team is still technically drafting them, but they're not. Like, we don't need the technicality. We understand, like, it's a loophole around the rule or whatever. It doesn't matter. The team that is getting him, the team that is drafting him is not the Brooklyn Nets. It's the Chicago Bulls. Like, we don't need to see the technicality. So I feel like that's a simple solution that they can implement. Like, you tell me in the comments down below if that's not just an easy solution to the problem. So with that being said, besides that, and that would also eliminate the issue that I said earlier about Adam Silver announcing the trade, or Mark Tatum announcing the trade, for pick number 16 when we're already on pick 25. Like, people forgot, people turned off the TV, people are confused now. That's the thing, people are confused. People are watching the draft and they are confused. They don't know who's going where. They're getting confused. You're announcing the trade 10 picks later and they're like, wait, which pick was that? Wait, who went where? Like, everybody's just confused. And it just, as the NBA, you want to present the best experience for the viewers. And if you want people to be excited about the draft, they gotta at least be clear on where each player is going. Because every 2 minutes, it's a, hold on now, we're trading this and this player is not going there. And teams and not teams, but viewers are looking at it and they don't even know where these players are going until the season starts. And they're like, wait, when did we get that guy? I don't remember drafting him. So I feel like it's a simple solution.